Mom's handbag. Alright, I found the insurance. A plant?
Is that your plan?
That's my mom's plan.
I see it's a house. Is this your house?
It's a little.
This is mom's house. Okay.
So your mom died?
She's hurt. She's in the hospital.
So
Mom's
you,
bathroom.
So you're checking out stuff
Aha.
while she's gone?
I have to get some stuff for her.
Even though that's.
Okay. This is either the guy you were in Black Mirror 1 was the guy that is this guy's daddy, or
Maybe.
this is the guy in Black
That's
Mirror
Mom's medicine
1
dispenser.
except for
There's a box for every day
younger.
of the week. She always used to joke
Later.
about it. She said that because of her back, she could, but she never. I always found it.
Okay, now where's that? Where's your book?
Okay,
This
there's nothing else of interest in that.
main chick has to do with something with
I think the
last
furniture's still
chick.
I think so.
What do we got here? Ah, my mother's address book.
Do you have any ideas?
I don't know yet. It might be the guy's son.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yes, and that's got the. Dr. Wakefield. I'll just
Why-
get dressed in it.
Why are you skipping everything?
Because my save game didn't work and I'm already played this before.
Well, I want to hear the words.
Typical hospital chic.
Is she asleep or dead?
He's asleep.
Laxativa. There's a stethoscope. Presumably someone from the clinic forgot it when washing their hands. Doc Newhouse has definitely still got his. I'll take it with me. They ought to be able to rustle up another one here.
Why did he do that?
A set of scales. Maybe for overweight patients? They certainly look a bit more solid than the ones you have in your bathroom at home. The monitor shows my mother's vital signs. Pulse, breathing, etc. No idea if the values are positive.
Did you do this before?
Not that far, no.
Okay. Your mom does
No, I can't tell you that. You can talk to her son if you like. He's just... There he is.
Hey! Hey! You! I don't want to just sit here and wait for some news. A nurse. And hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels.
About all this insurance garbage.
Best to have a look through your mother's bank transfers. If she's transferred the money, then it's up to the bank and the insurance company to slug it out between themselves. You can simply drop it by with the certificate if you like. Then I'll see to it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Okay.
What do you think? You reckon my mom's gonna be okay?
Oh, you never can know. But for sure, there are people who come out of comas after much worse accidents than your mother's.
And folks who die from much less serious accidents.
You mustn't give up hope. Pray for your mother.
Statistically speaking, that has no effect whatsoever. Will save my time. What did that guy want?
He was asking about your mother.
What did he want to know?
He wanted to know if
If she made it?
yes. But I told him we're not allowed to give out patient information. He ought to speak to you.
I don't know the guy, but he's gone out of his way to avoid me twice already. You know who he is?
I'm sorry, no. But he's got an accent. I think he's British. But with something else, too.
Listen, I don't want that guy anywhere near my mother. You understand?
Of course.
This Dr. Newhouse, what's he like?
Oh, he's very charming. A really nice guy. He isn't from around here. He came to Biddeford a couple of years back. But he's really settled and got on well, and...
Yeah, nice story. I wanted to know if he was a competent doctor.
Oh yes, of course. He used to run a huge hospital in Atlanta. He's apparently rather overqualified to be working in a little place like Biddeford. But I think he enjoys the small town life. Your mother is in good hands.
Are you from around here?
You could say that. I grew up here.
Then you surely must be able to tell me some exciting stories about the place.
Ah, well, not really all that much happens here. You know, a young woman killed herself a couple of years back. She jumped into the ocean, and they had to call in extra divers to help search for her. They didn't save her, though. They never even found the body. But apart from that, there's never really much happening here.
You mean Carrie? Did you know her?
Yes, we used to go to aerobics together.
Any idea why she killed herself?
We'd all like to know the answer to that one.
Testing 1 2.
Always so happy. We used to have lots. She also stopped coming to the sports events, and I lost touch with her. I had no idea she was having such a hard time with herself.
Thanks for the info.
Why did he say testing?
See ya.
Goodbye, Mr. Michaels.
The microphone works.
A few glossies and a health magazine.
Don't you want to go to the police station?
I have to look up one of her financial stuff.
Oh, he has a telescope. Did he read about that yet?
There's no choice. I can't believe I've got to scrabble around in my mother's private things so the damn insurance company doesn't let her die. I mean, what are they gonna do if I can't find any proof that my mother transferred that money? Throw her out of the door in her bed? Alright, come on, Darren.
No, agree to puzzle.
I pretty much.
At least this one doesn't look so bad.
Yeah.
It looks like puzzle stickers used to.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's like a tile puzzle. Even more annoying.
I'm pretty sure that goes at the bottom. Or middle. I'm pretty sure that goes at the bottom because it looks like his face
I
died.
don't like the tile puzzles. They're annoying.
that goes at the bottom probably because it looks like there's steps there. So that must go in the middle.
Yeah, I think okay, that one goes there. This one I have to get up there somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. There.
I'm not sure that works. That goes down a little bit probably.
Yep.
Wait, you did it, didn't you?
Maybe I have to do the bottom part now. These aren't in the right spot. This has to go over there. This has to go over there.
Yeah. Then you say that needs to go in the entrance. That's part of that probably. Wow, that looks very confusing. Right now it kind of looks like it's beginning to make sense. Except for not. They're like messing everything up just to do the bottom. At least you know what the bottom looks like.
No, I don't know what the bottom looks like. That's the problem.
Oh, I'm in the middle. What I meant is that at least you know what the top two looks like. I think that goes up there. Why do you hate tile puzzles so much?
They're really hard for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that goes in the two bottom ones because they like pretty much together. They do look rather hard.
Okay, this one goes
Over
back there.
there.
And this one goes over there.
Yeah. I wonder how in the world you can do this. Yeah, that looks pretty much right except for the bottom.
This goes up there.
Yeah, somewhere up there.
Okay, I got this part. I could get this down there.
Yeah. I think I knew another way to do it. Whatever. You should pay more attention what's happening.
Does this go together?
Of course not.
It's the dark spot that's been lower right there.
That goes, yeah, that goes.
This goes right there.
So that's supposed to go over there. So I'm trying to figure out a way. That goes. No, wait, no. I'll show you, I think. Now that's good.
Just had to get back there.
Yeah. I hate to tell you this, but you're doing pretty harsh at this right now. Can I go on the computer now? No. Can I go on the computer now, Daddy? Can I?
No. Hey,
Well, when can I? Not fair that you're playing games and I'm not. If tile puzzles are so hard, why would they even make them? They're not even fun.
some people are better at others. I'm just not very good at this kind of thing.
Okay. So some people are better than you at tile puzzles,
Yeah, sure.
like me, probably.
I think so, huh?
Well, when I grow older, I'm not very good at it right now. Oh, wait. Okay, now both of those might go over here. Maybe that's how they go. And this, like, no, that, are you even paying attention what's going on here?
I'm just trying to get something over there. I'm frustrated, okay? Have to get this thing out of there. There. And there. Have to get that back down there.
Yeah, but you need to mess that all over again. Only because of once. Only one. I'm pretty sure that goes in the top. The one in the lower right hand corner. somewhere else and turn it on? And you just not want me to go on the computer because it'll distract you?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I'll go somewhere else.
Get out of there.
It's definitely not a great time to go on the computer. Definitely not.
God damn it. I hate these puzzles. Can I skip it?
I didn't see it in. What happens if you press one of those buttons?
No, that's not part of the game. That's me broadcasting shit. Broadcasting.
I don't think you can go away from here. What happens if you click this?
Well, then I'll just, yeah, I can't. Can I skip it?
still stuck on that puzzle? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What are you eating, Jesse? Cookies?
I'm only doing it because I'm hungry and I'm bored. But you eat something. but that goes. Oh, everything's complete except for that needs to go there. Okay?
This needs to go down there.
It's amazing. Keep in your mind to remember where everything goes. No. Wait, what? You did it.
I did.
Huh. A little
Yeah.
wooden box. I've never seen it before. Ah, there's Mom's transfer book. That's what I was looking for. I'll take both. Pencils. Run-of-the-mill pencils. A packet of cigarettes. Is Mom a secret smoker? Oh, there's just playing cards in it. I'd have been surprised.
I think it's for his father, not his mother.
I'll leave that here. You always need a sharpener for pencils, and I can't see any here.
Okay, say, get out.
Wait a minute. I know. Wait a minute. That is. I know how
Hi.
your mother got
Hello,
sick.
Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
I know how your mother got sick now. She smoked. No, it's true. I need it. Make sure you don't eat that whole thing, Daddy. Make sure you don't.
About all this insurance garbage.
Best to have a look through your mother's bank transfers. If she's transferred the money, you can simply...
Thanks,
No
Mary.
problem.
The little wooden box I found in my mother's bedroom. It's quite hefty, seems to be solid wood. It won't open. There are some kind of symbols on the lid, but I can't even begin to work out what they are. I don't know about all this kind of stuff. Let's see. I reckon that these are my mom's account transactions. This is the rent, and here's 18 bucks, 45 to the phone company. Aha, and here's the transfer to the insurance company. That's from last month, so she has paid. Those guys need to kick up the butt. What's this? A letter? Dear Rebecca, I have received your letter and am pleased that you're well. Of course, I will furthermore send you the full amount. Your suggestion is well intended, and I wouldn't have expected anything else from you. But there's absolutely no question about your receiving any less, even if he has now left home. You have done a wonderful job, and it's now time that you did something for yourself. Enjoy your life in Maine. With love, C.
Wait.
Strange. The full amount. Even if he's out of the house now? What's that all about? Here's my mom receiving a fat payment from... a $1,500 transfer from a bank in England.
What?
BCW Bank, Willow Creek Branch. Willow Creek.
These
That
cookies
name's
look
familiar.
special.
Mom used to live in England, but was it in this Willow Creek? And who is the sea character? And why is he sending her money? Here it is again. And there! She seems to get the same amount every month. Seems to be practically her only source of income.
Why are you eating all
Get it.
them?
She always told me she got a monthly injury compensation payment from insurance of the guy who caused the crash, which also killed my father. I definitely wasn't supposed to see that. Suppose it didn't really matter to me either. It's just that... It's just not like my mother to keep secrets from me. Hey, I'll ask her why she's lied to me as soon as she gets better. A coin-op telephone. It says out of order. If I was needing some small change, then I might take a closer look at it.
Oh, to the side street.
New England Photo Service. I reckon a person has to be pretty damn desperate to have their pictures taken at Fuller's place.
Do the
But
go to.
he's the only photographer in town.
Why?
And there are plenty of tourists here. Presumably he does most of his business with them. I can't explain it any other way, just how he keeps his head above water. Whoa, that can't be right. It's the guy from the hospital with Fuller. Who is that guy? And what's he got to do with Fuller? I ought to listen in. I can still get Fuller a talking to afterwards.
Window.
I've got to be careful. Fuller's talking to that guy on the other side of that window. I can't understand anything, but if I'm not careful, they'll see me.
Probably that window.
I can't hear anything here. They're too far away. Just the noise of the heating pipe. I can hear that they're talking, but no idea what about. Damn, the door is locked. There's a little hook that's keeping the door locked. I've got to reach it somehow.
Metal tube. Use that. Or maybe
A
the
length of
cookie.
tow rope. A bit more than 2 yards. Ropes are always good.
Use the rope on the lock. Or fill.
I wouldn't know how that would get me any further right now.
Maybe. Maybe metal tube to the gate.
The bar's too thick. I won't be able to work the iron bar between the door and the frame. What's more, I wouldn't want to damage the door. A tow rope from out of Fuller's backyard. It looks like it would easily hold a ton of weight.
10:08. Of what? A ton of what?
I could reach the basement through the light well. But removing the grill would make too much noise. And apart from that, I'd never get up the creaky basement staircase quietly. I've got to find another way. is directly above the door. Perhaps I
Can
can
that be
somehow
the
unhook the lock
thing?
through the window. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
The window is directly above the door. Perhaps I can somehow unhook the lock through the window.
To go through the window? Dog cage.
If somebody told me the old fat pig dumped poisonous waste, then I'd completely believe it. Fuller hung out the laundry yesterday, for him and his mother. I just found it somewhat surprising that a fat ass like him does the laundry for his mother. Alarming, even. The man is way past 40 and gets bossed around by his mother. That's the cage for Fuller's mother's dog.
I'm gonna have
The
one
dog
more
is usually
and
in
then
the house.
I'm
At
gonna
least
put them
I've never
away.
seen it here in the cage.
Good to hear.
Why?
I can't go off around town now. I've got to find a way into the house so I can eavesdrop on those two. The best chance I have to do that is here. The water bowl is completely dry. Perhaps I can still use it.
Maybe
A bottle of vinegar from the diner. There's only 2 fingers of the stuff left in it, and it's sticky on the outside.
maybe
The label's already
vinegar
half
with
off it.
the bow.
An ancient, rickety tool shed. This is where Fuller keeps the junk that he doesn't just throw somewhere in the yard. So, not much.
What?
A completely rusted bucket with big holes in the bottom. The handle's buckled.
Maybe we can use the handle on thingy. No handle on the door. We should use handle on the door. Probably. Why is everybody eating all the cookies?
Take it away.
Thanks.
I'll never get those bars out of the wall. I can forget that. The dog bowl from Fuller's backyard. Nobody's gonna miss that. It used to belong to Fuller's mother's dog, but she spoils the little mutt half to death. The handle from a rusted bucket. Compared to the bucket, the handle still looks really sound.
You're stuck in space. Use the handle on the back door. Did you do that yet? The handle is...
I don't understand why Fuller doesn't just get this stuff picked up. What does he want to keep it for? A reel of fishing line. There seems to be a little still on it. Only the line. not exactly a fishing rod, but maybe I can catch something else with it.
Maybe the door.
That should work. I've just got to be really quiet. If the handle hits against the door, they're both sure to hear it. Done it. And they didn't notice anything. The door is open again. I can go in. I just hope it doesn't squeak.
Yeah, Angelina. That might have been it. I wrote down the surname as well. For another $10, I might even remember where I put the note.
Not necessary. I know her surname. And your assistant, what about him?
What assistant? Oh, you mean Darren? That's my errand boy. He works here in the semester holidays.
A good errand boy is worth a lot. What do you know about him?
Why are you interested in him? You want to poach him from me? No problemo. For $100, I'll even write his notice straight away. What the hell? We'll say 50.
Not interested. Do you know him well?
What's with all the questions? His mother came in and asked if he could work here for a few weeks. He's a pussy! One of the eternally afflicted. Oh, I feel so bad, and the world is so unfair, and it all makes no sense. Boo-hoo.
So you don't know him?
And I've got no
That was close. They're both heading for the exit, and I'm none the wiser. Who is this guy following then? Me? Or Angelina? And why? I'm gonna ask Angelina about the man. She's British, and that guy's got a British accent. You never know, perhaps she knows him. But first, I've got unfinished business with Fuller.
You still have the fishing rod?
I don't need any more, probably. That's pretty good box here.
No, that's the
Hey.
guy you...
Where's the big jellyfish?
Daddy, did you see that guy who was talking to the bald guy? The guy with gray hair?
Yeah.
That's a
That
light
was
box
the
for
guy-
looking at slides and negatives.
What I see is that was the guy that you were in Black Mirror 1. Except for that he was
These photo
younger.
mounts are made of a kind of pressed card. You can stick photos into them to make them easier to hang. The drawback is that they can get easily dusted.
I don't think so.
On my first day, my friendly boss made it very clear to me that he kept an exact account of the amount of money in the till. A little hint that I shouldn't consider ripping them off. Looks like Fuller's taking the film out of the camera. But I wanted to give that fat bastard a piece of my mind first. Where the hell is he? What the hell? A secret
at
door
that.
hidden behind the photo backdrops.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Closed dummy.
This place in the floor has definitely got something to do with Fuller's secret door. But right now I've got more important things to do than snoop around after Fuller.
What the hell are you doing here, boy?
Keep your hands off, Fuller! Because of you, my mother's in a coma.
What have I got to do with your mother? Out! Out of my basement! Go on, get out of here!
You should have told me that she called. It was obvious that something was wrong. I swear I'm gonna...
You threatening me? You? Threatening me?
If she doesn't wake up, I am gonna...
Out! Get out of here already! You're fired! Out! Out! Out!
You better pray she doesn't die. That's the only thing that'll save your fat ass.
Get out of here! If I ever catch you here again, you'll end up next to your mother.
You're gonna regret this,
You'll
fella.
never do anything, you pussy! You haven't got the balls! You haven't got the guts! You got nothing!
I'll think of something. I'll get him back. That man's gonna pay, you just wait. But I still need the film with Angelina's pictures on it from out of his camera.
So now you
Could
know.
use his darkroom to develop the film and make the prints. If he's not gonna pay me, then that'll do as a partial payment. Now all I have to do is somehow get him out of the store.
Are you sure you want to go back there? Ben, you see what he said? He said if catches
There's
the
no
dog-
point sneaking in again. I've got to lure Fuller out of the shop first, so I can take care of Angelina's photos. I've only been here a few days. Exactly the same length of time the traffic lights have been on pause. I can only ask myself just who he conned into making him the elk design. Or then again, maybe he didn't have the picture made. He probably just stole it. Yes, I'd love to flatten the little bastard. But that's not really my style. My mother would be horrified if she only knew the thoughts I have sometimes. A hydrant, just like any other one. I don't see anything special about it.
No. Main stethoscope on the hydrant.
You're gonna go to the police here.
Yeah.
That's the entrance. What would I want there? I keep my distance.
Well, what would he say there? Oh, look at it. Is there anything we can do with her?
No.
Okay.
A soda machine. Chucks out various kinds of sugared water. A bottle of soda. Great. A bottle with a carbonated drink in it. I'm standing here in front of my mother who's lying in a coma, and all I can think of is her lying to me about her accident. Just what kind of a person am I?
What? I wonder what accident she did.
I'd better leave the scales here. What would I do with scales?
It's not clear what happened.
What?
It's not clear what happened.
Okay.
My mom told me how she feared having to spend the rest of her life in a thing like this, even long after the car crash. Her back was seriously injured, and no one could tell her if she would ever walk again.
What?
It looks like Mom was having a cup of tea while reading. When I was a kid, now you couldn't get one. My mother keeps a pot. A few pots. that's where Mom indulged herself. There are pictures of me and Mom watched Whale. A nice one. When I was a child, that was the only time. Huh. I could try to lure Fuller out of the store with a phone call, but I've got no idea how. And he'd recognize my voice, too. Perhaps I can find someone who'll do it for me. Guy in a uniform. Seems to be a security guard. Someone who guards over other people's money for money. The pinnacle of our society. Mrs. Biber? Can you tell me anything about Carrie? She's supposed to have killed herself?
Yeah, Carrie. She was a really sweet girl. Always ready to help, always friendly. She wanted to open a kindergarten here. There's not much in the way of childcare around here. Parents have to take their kids for miles to find a place. She was such a lovely girl. She still had her whole life in front of her.
I saw a photo of her in Fuller's shop window. She was really pretty.
If I'd only known. Poor thing.
How do you mean?
It's not important. Too late anyway.
I no longer work for Fuller.
Good for you.
I don't know what's going on between you and Fuller, but I've got nothing to do with it. Mind if I ask you a few things?
If it's not gonna take too long. Yeah, just let me get this and then I'll be right with you.
What can you tell me about Bedford?
I grew up here. I guess I always wanted to move away from here.
But, well, that never happened.
I met my husband when I was 17. And we opened the diner here. It was a wonderful time.
Ah, yes.
I couldn't have known then that he was so... that he... I have to get back to work. You want anything else?
They got 2 or 3 people working in the kitchen. One of them's Mr. Biber. Mrs. Biber works out here on her own. Looks like she really works her butt off. I'll press a little around here. Breadcrumbs, like in case I lose my way in the forest. A bottle with a carbonated drink in it. A pair of wire cutters. Pretty heavy duty. Not the latest model, but I'd say they'll do the job. A bottle of vinegar from the diner. There's only 2 fingers of the stuff left in it, and it's sticky on the outside. The label's already half off it. A small container of photo developer from Fuller's basement. It's full to the brim. The dog bowl from Fuller's backyard.
I don't know.
Nobody's gonna miss that. It used to belong to Fuller's mother. A large ceramic bowl from out of the kitchen. I don't want to bother her while she's working. I'm not gonna feel any better if I stuff my pockets full of bread. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
Does Fuller often get packages delivered here?
Yeah, a few times a month.
Why doesn't he have the packages delivered to his store?
He does, but when he's not there, the mailman delivers them here and then Fuller picks them up for himself.
Do you know what was inside the package that I picked up a little while back?
How should I?
Along with all the tourist stuff and the mail, you're the local travel agent too, aren't you? Have you got anything about a place called Willow Creek in England?
Course we do. Take a look back there in the flyers.
Hey, Rosie, did you know Carrie, Jason's first wife?
Of course I knew her. I know everyone in Biddeford. At the end of the day, this is the only post office.
And what was she like?
What's that got to do with you?
I just wanted to chat a little.
Well, we never spoke too much. She was always so quiet. No comparison with Juliet. At least with her, you could have a decent conversation. Jason's so lucky he got her now. That really wasn't a life for a guy like Jason. With someone like that dragging him down, now, at least he's got a life.
Ah, so lucky.
Just between you and me, one shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But that Carrie, she was always a little strange.
Uh-huh. Is that a girlfriend of yours?
Yeah, one of my best ones.
Does she sit about in this store the whole day?
Excuse me? I wouldn't know what that would have to do with you.
I just mean, has she got a job or not?
She doesn't need one. Actually, her husband has plenty of dough. And even if he didn't, then she could easily earn good money working as a photo model.
As a photo model, huh? That could maybe help me out some.
Oh, really?
Nothing. It's okay. What can you tell me about Dr. Newhouse?
The Newhouses? Well, they came here a few years back. He was a big cheese in Boston. Miss Newhouse has brought a good bit of style to this little town. I know her. My girlfriend Betty is her best friend.
Really? She gossips as much too?
We don't gossip, okay? You really want to know all this stuff?
The other package for Fuller. There must be photo paper in it.
Could well be.
Well, can I have it?
Sure. No, please.
The collection note? Yes, I don't have one.
Then you'll have to ask your boss for it. Nothing goes out of here without a collection note. You got me?
Hey, do you know Eddie from the junk shop?
Yeah, sure. I know pretty well everybody here.
So what's going on with him?
He's single. Was never married before either, as far as I know. But hey, who could put up with him for long anyway? Those never-ending war stories. Can you imagine that?
Is he really blind?
I never heard different, but I wouldn't put money on it either. He's a chiseler. Maybe he's got disability just so he can make himself a few bucks.
You know the Bibas?
From the diner? Sure I do.
What can you tell me about them?
I don't gossip, but her marriage ain't exactly the best.
Really?
Yeah, she's apparently very nice, a little jaded and stressed out. Can't ever forget her work. But him, he's an asshole. Been boozing for 2 or 3 years and is a bit free with his fists.
Why doesn't she leave him then?
No idea. She's real dependent on him. The diner belongs to the both of them. And besides, where would she go? Nobody would take her.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Huh. The bimbo reads fashion magazines. Why is she doing that here? Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, it's you, the hoodlum from this morning.
Yeah, well, I was in a rush. An important job to do.
No reason to be impolite.
Of course not. I've noticed you're really into those fashion magazines. Are you a model?
Me? No.
You're joking. You must have at least thought about becoming a photo model.
Actually, I have been approached.
Oh, well, that goes without saying. You see, I work for a magazine from down south. Ladies in Chrome.
I've never heard of it.
It's the high society magazine in the south. The magazine for the top 10,000. I'm working on a piece about life and style in the far north.
Really? How exciting.
Maybe you have some recent photos. I'd love to show our readers what fine taste people up here in the north have. This is your stylish convertible, right?
It is! And I'd be happy to be at your disposal for your story. But I don't have any photos.
That shouldn't be any problem. There's an excellent photographer in town, isn't there?
Fuller? You can't be serious. That savage would never be able to light me properly.
Oh, so you don't know
What don't I know?
who Fuller really is? He's an internationally renowned star photographer from New Zealand. He's been living here incognito for a few years. He's working on his life's work. He's documenting normal folks' lives here in America. Of course, he's got to stay unrecognized to do that.
That's... No, I can't believe that.
I swear, in a few years, when he's finished his work, it'll be the photographic sensation of the decade.
I can't believe it. Show me some of his pictures, then we'll see.
Well, all right then. But don't run away.
No way.
My God, what a lame story. But vanity has always been the biggest weakness for those kind of folks. If I can show her a few reasonable photos, then perhaps she'll lure Fuller out of the shop for me. My SLR camera, fitted with a flash too. I never leave home without it. little wooden box I found in my mother's bedroom. It's quite hefty, seems to be solid wood. It won't open. There are some kind of symbols on the lid, but I can't even begin to work out what they are. Now I wonder, there might be a mention of this Willow Creek place in these travel guides. Really? Willow Creek pops up in the index. Page 42, section Horror, Hauntings, and History. Let's see. There it is. Only a small box. Willow Creek on the trail of the killer. Willow Creek on the trail of a killer. Fans of the macabre will certainly get their money's worth in Willow Creek, for it's the scion of one of England's oldest families, the Willow Creek Museum. Charming little town. And from this horror resort is where my mom gets her monthly payments. Wonderful. An armchair. Doesn't look too uncomfortable, but who would want to sit down in this shop with the charming Rosie? Coffee mugs, little lighthouses, badges, mini life belts with Bitterford stamped on them, plastic house numbers, porcelain lobsters, plastic lobsters, wooden lobsters, metal lobsters. What more could the tourist heart yearn for? I'm not interested in these forms for residents. I've got a few things going on which, like this town, could be a little more interesting. But I don't hold out much hope for success for them. First of all, I need Angelina's photo prints. I'd be a joke turning up without them.
Come on in. Come on. Oh, it's you.
How do you know that? I thought you were blind.
You stink of perfume, like a whorehouse I once visited in Lille. Smells like teen spirit.
If you say so.
Come on, what then?
My mother's in the hospital here.
And?
Do you think she'll be in good hands there?
Well, is she sick? She won't be in bad hands if she's in the hospital.
No. I meant, are the doctors here any good?
Well, how should I know? You think just because I'm old I run off to the doctor and complain every day? I haven't been to see no quack in years. I'm as fit as a fiddle.
Yeah. People were made of better, stronger stuff in the past, right?
Yeah. Get to my age and then we'll talk about it.
Yep, it's famous. I've seen this picture hundreds of times before. An old radio. Looks like a piece of pro equipment. Are you a radio hobbyist?
Radio hobbyist? You mean one of those idiots who thinks it's neato mosquito when they have another idiot on the air who only lives 2 blocks away? I was a wireless operator with the Hells Devils, 8th Infantry Regiment of the 4th U.S. Infantry Division. I was there in North Africa, and in Sicily, then in Normandy on Utah Beach. I was wounded on the Rhine. That was my eyes. And I got a Purple Heart for it all.
And so, are you still a radio guy or not?
I'm keeping the tradition alive. I talk to old buddies real regular. Can reach him anywhere. I'd say I'm kind of an expert. Keep my things in good working order. Always prepared.
Ah, okay. Good to know. Man, I would love to smack the old bastard in the teeth. A solid iron grill. It's across the light shaft that leads up from the basement. No chance. I somehow need to generate more force to lift the grill. I wouldn't know how that would get me any further right now. There's no point sneaking in again. I've got to lure Fuller out of the shop first, so I can take care of Angelina's photos. That's Fuller's office window. He's not in there. nice. That's... How nice. I don't want to bother her while she's working. A big, ugly plastic lobster. Not particularly appetizing. What would a 50s bar be without a jukebox? The world's just wonderful, and aren't we all so very happy type music? Just isn't my thing. I don't want to speak to him. If I felt like some casual conversation, I'd watch a talk show. I have my mother's bank transfers here. She's already paid for the damn insurance.
I was thinking the same thing myself. You know, the insurance company has made a boo-boo. Can I have them? Don't worry, I'll get on it.
So that will be the end of it then?
Yes, I'll clear it all up with them.
Good. Perhaps there are medical records or bills in the cupboard. Forms, transfers. Making people well again is just an aside. There seems to be dozens of cameras in this building. Perhaps they should film the screens, just to make sure everything's being filmed. At least there aren't any cameras in the patient's rooms, or in the restroom. We'll have to wait until the year 2000 for that. That doesn't belong to my mom. Maybe it's from the person who was in here before her. I guess I should have packed a case like that for my mother, too. I'd better leave the scales here. And then what? Poison Fuller's mother's dog? I certainly can't develop any photos here. Why should I go putting development into the bowl? Dear Rebecca, I have received, I really don't understand all that, or... Her heart's beating, but I know that anyway. A laxative. That'll definitely come in handy sooner or later. I don't want to stop her from doing it. what I want there. I keep my distance from the police. What a flashy thing that is. Probably some tourist's cool ride. Europeans in particular confuse New England with California and think they should be driving around in convertibles. Must. Portraits, group pictures, wedding photography, and landscapes. And all of them totally unimaginative. Just as things should be. Ah, yes. And the picture of Carrie. She really was pretty. But it's kind of spooky somehow. Being smiled at by a dead person. Unbelievable mess of old guns and swords, uniforms, ships, bells, radios. As long as it's old, it's sold here. Shelves of useless
If you're just gonna bitch, then get...
Looks like a
Correct.
I bet that's an original. Perhaps Eddie. They look like bazookas. Hopefully they're just...
I hope not.
I prefer my Star Wars. A cupboard.
You wanna buy
I'll have a
some?
look around first. I guess those are Eddie's bags.
You got that right, boy.
There are 3 bottles on the shelf. I guess it's hard liquor.
Bourbon.
I don't want to get drunk. I bet that's an original.
Come on, what then?
How do you get on?
I'm blind. How the hell do you think I get on? You idiot.
Does it hinder you a lot?
Well, sometimes. If I need to look something up. Looky here. I'm supposed to figure out what this coin's worth, and I got no idea. It's a rare piece, but it's pretty worn out.
Can I help you with it?
Oh, sure, kid. If you think I'll fall for that, I give you the coin, you run out the door like a punk. I ain't stupid.
Yeah. How you getting on with the coin?
You got nothing better to do than annoying me?
If I find out the price of the coin for you, will you stop behaving like an ass?
Can't promise.
Show it to me. You can keep it in your hand. A woman's profile, a few stars and numbers. Have you got something like a coin catalog?
Yep, it's on the counter.
Boy. That's a flowing hair scent, wreath reverse, from 1793. $2,400.
Not bad. $2,400. I'll offer him $800. Seller's an idiot. Thanks. I owe you one.
Oh, I'm happy to help old disabled people. Put one over on the other folks. You're welcome.
Perhaps, you could do me another favor right away. I lost my cane.
You've done what? How can you lose a cane?
Not how you think. I was playing poker and, had a slam dunk hand. But how could I know that that idiot from the hotel had a straight flush?
You bet your cane and lost.
Yeah.
Who's got it now?
The owner of the Wild Coast Hotel.
Alright then. I gotta pass by there anyway, so I'll ask him.
Thanks. You know, maybe you ain't so much of an idiot as I thought.
First of all, I need Angelina's photo prints. First of all, I need Angelina's photo prints. I'd be a joke turning up without them. The other stuff's small ads. This is where the locals sell the junk they no longer need. Lawnmowers, baby crib. I'll pass. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
The other package for Fuller. There must be photo paper in it.
Could well be.
Well, can I have it?
Sure. No, please.
The collection note? Yes, I don't have one.
Then you'll have to ask your boss.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
That's fine. The clock must be busted. At least it'll be right twice a day. A life belt. Years ago, there were pirates around here who used to lure ships under the rocks. They used to light false beacons, and once the ships had run aground on the rocks, they'd row out and rescue the cargo. Pretty senseless driving around Maine in a convertible. But I reckon that's not what it's really about. It was expensive, and that's what counts. well. I'll take the fashion magazine here. Oh, and the auto magazine. The cup is still half full. Maybe she got some... I don't... Mom likes thrillers. Perhaps it has something. I don't think I'll find anything interesting in that chest of a bedside table. Two magazines. Well thumbed through and a few months old. Hardly any text. Plenty of pictures. Just the way those sucker celeb mag readers like it. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes?
Look, I've got a few of Fuller's earlier works.
Really? Show me! Which pictures are by him?
Oh, that one there. Oh, and there too. Oh, and here's another one. Exactly. Yeah, that one here.
They're really wonderful.
It was all just for the money. In reality, he's an artist, you see. But the project here in Biddeford is his real passion. Living incognito amongst us common folks, working on his masterpiece. Can you imagine what an effort it must have been for such a cultivated and refined man like Fuller to play a primitive, stinking, sweaty asshole?
That's true art.
You should call him. He could photograph you in your car up on the cliff top.
Now?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've got to hurry, my lady. I've got a deadline to meet in Dallas, you see.
Oh, of course. I'll call from my car phone and arrange a photo shoot.
Oh, excellent. But don't let him realize that you know his true identity. Who knows what that do to his artistic spirit?
I understand. Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Shall we meet here again this evening?
Agreed.
Unbelievable. And there he goes. Now I ought to have a few hours to get Angelina's film and develop some pictures in the darkroom. cheapo, old-time cuckoo clock. A testament to Fuller's fine taste for stylish interior decoration. Hey, there's a small opening. I could easily fit my finger in there. Nothing in the whole damn world would make me want to open this door. You've just got to have a look around here to get the impression of what it looks like in there. A used up, chewed up ballpoint pen. It might be that Fuller put the film of Angelina's pictures in the safe before he drove off to his shoot. The safe is locked. Of course, even Fuller worked out what a safe is for. What have we got here? The US, Hawaii, something illegible, and Europe. Fuller smeared half of it with his filthy paws. A greasy map of the world. My World Tour is written next to it. A few places are marked. The USA around Utah, Arizona. Then over to Hawaii. Afterwards comes North Africa, possibly Egypt. Then China, and then Europe. It looks like somewhere in Germany.
Guys, share your toys.
He definitely doesn't need it anymore. And if he does, well, even better. Should I go through Fuller's garbage? Well, that would mean going through the whole house. I don't think so.
You share your toys or I take it away.
Okay.
Those are Fuller's dirty shoes for outside. In here, he wears other dirty shoes. Many of the things here are overpriced, but that's obvious. There's only one photo store in town. He takes advantage of that. I'm not interested in cash though. Angelina's film here, and then make some prints. Let's see, what do I need to develop the film? The film with Angelina's pictures on it, and developer fluid. There ought to be some fixer around here, and the developing drum is there on the table. An old, rather battered locker. Water and all sorts of other liquids have splashed on its door and left their mark. bottle of distilled water. I'll take that with me. A completely normal waste bin. I'll make a note of that in case I want to throw anything away. You know, that idiot's kit really isn't too bad. And pretty expensive. The lights look brand new. He's definitely not had them for long. I wouldn't accept it as a present, even if it didn't stink. A water faucet. If Fuller had a garden he wanted to water, he could do it from here. But in Fuller's garden, you'd get pretty well nothing to grow. The hinges on the basement grill are rusted. No idea if you could open it. And even if you could, it'd squeak like hell. An old garden hose, with more holes than a golf course. This place in the floor has definitely got something to do with Fuller's secret door. But right now I've got more important things to do than snoop around after Fuller. A battered paint can with about half an inch of dust on the lid.
Why are you just organizing the cleanup? You will, trust me, you will appreciate it so much when it's done. I don't think I can do it alone. Pet peeve, do not eat in here. Don't eat right out of the potato salad. I like it too, you know.
Well, we all shared them.
That's not an excuse. You and Jesse shared them?
And Cedric.
That's too many cookies for 3 people. I'm so fed up with this.
Arizona, Hawaii.
Oh, yeah? Tell me how many you have.
A greasy map of the world. My World Tour is written next to it. A few places are marked. The USA, around Utah, Arizona. Then over to Hawaii. Afterwards comes North Africa, possibly Egypt. Then China, and then Europe. Looks like somewhere in Germany.
Hawaii.
A greasy map of the USA around... If there was
Actually, I'm not just suggesting, Brian.
That's got it. The clips are off and the screen's gone up.
You don't have a full-time job, sir. That much more responsible to help me organize our home.
A heavy metal door.
Do you understand that I'll
You
help
can see
know
quite
your
clearly that
place
it's
are?
been set into the wall at some later date. I have to ask myself just what Fuller's hiding behind there.
Why did
It
you
can't
come
be
back
anything
in
good.
here? I thought you would quit.
This place in the floor has definitely got something to do with... No chance. There's nothing moving here. I guess I have to type in the correct number into the numeric pad. No chance. There's nothing. I'll leave it here in case the power drops out again.
Can I provide you with an example? I always have trouble finding socks for the kids, right?
Not always.
Most of the time. Part of that's because the laundry isn't getting away. But you can really help because I have these baskets and you can tell me what is the most frustrating thing for you? Not being able to find your own clothes, not being able to find the kids' clothes, the toys, small items. Another thing, these drawers, if you're not really using them, I could be using them to organize things more. Instead they sit on the railing. And don't give me this hogwash about how I try to do too many things at once. Because I only have 6 days off and you know how busy my job is. I'm also going to be writing a Christmas letter, ordering things online. So I don't have time to wait for you because you have to play video games instead of helping with the house.
It works. It works. It works. I don't need any of them. It's rare that I even hang any of my pictures. The picture frames could do with being a little more professionally presented. But to be honest, perhaps the store used to do better before, and he had some savings. Or maybe he bought the new lights on credit. The store couldn't have paid for them, that's for sure. If Fuller had bought one of those trendy angular pens with 4 different colors in it, it might actually work. The fatso lives on coffee and burritos. That ought to make for an early death. A cheap ballpoint pen. Ugh, complete with teeth marks. That's a photo enlarger. You put the developed film in the top and then lay a sheet of photo paper on the table below. The picture is projected onto the sheet and so exposes the paper at the same time. A small bottle of photographic fixer. There's not a lot left in there, but it ought to do for one more use, I think. The dish for the water bath. After the picture becomes visible in the developer bath, the development process is stopped in the water bath. The undeveloped film is placed in this container. Then the developer fluid is added, and after a short while, the film is developed. A completely normal waste bin. A flat dish about A3 size. The postcards all show scenes from New England. That's just the tripod. I just hope he left the film here. If he did, it might be in the safe in his office. The safe is locked. There's still some fixer left in the bottle. You use it to halt the development of photographic film. This thing's not called a safe for nothing. It might be that Fuller put the film of Angelina's pictures in the safe before he drove off to his shoot. Fuller's old-fashioned telephone. Nothing interesting to see. Mom's into music. A nice one. Quite. There's a notice hanging on the door. Locked. But I bet the phone. Alright, let's see. But I need to get a move on. Fuller's had a clock built into it, so there's a time limit. From the beginning again. The first number... The safe is... Alright, let's see. But I need to get a move on. Fuller's... Hey, that sounds good. Yes, there you go. Aha, a film cartridge. Those will be the photos of Angelina. Well, apart from that, there's just a few papers, a folder, and, whoa, a pistol. I'd better leave everything where it is. As soon as I've developed the pictures and made copies, I'll pay Angelina a visit in the hotel. I could really do with a bit of a distraction. Alright, now I've got everything I need to develop the films. Let's go.
Like I said, you're involved.
First of all, light off. That's enough. The developer also has to be diluted. Great, just as it should be. A dish with about half an inch of diluted developer. I'd better leave it. I have to develop Angelina's pictures here anyway. The film is in the developing drum. The developer's still missing. The film is in the container. I made sure that it wasn't too tightly rolled so that the film is in the container. I made sure that it wasn't too tightly rolled so that the developer fluid can reach all parts of the film's surface. The film is in the container. The film is in the container. A bath of diluted developer. I have to lay the exposed paper in the bath until the picture becomes visible. The longer I leave the picture in the developer, the darker it'll get. There's a few papers here. Some sort of forms and a pad of blank collection notes. I would imagine that the enchanting Rosie might possibly have some objection to my palming a blank collection note. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
Is there maybe a package for me there, Darren Michaels?
Mm-hmm.
The lovely Rosie hasn't noticed, and I'm now the proud owner of a blank collection note.
Nope, nothing there.
I better not fill out this collection note right under Rosie's nose. Good. I filled it out. One package. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
I wanted to pick up
No,
Phyllis.
please. I can't accept that.
Why not?
It's not signed.
Fuller has to sign the note?
Stupid. The mailman, of course. Fuller should ask him tomorrow morning. He probably just forgot when he was posting the note through Fuller's door.
It's not possible for me to wait till tomorrow. Thanks.
Yeah.
The news of my mother's accident seems to... So many greetings and get well wishes. I think she's very active in the community. She's probably got a lot of new friends here. Lots of different people have sent my mother cards. This one's signed P. Huck. Wait a minute. That's the mailman. The mailman signed it. So now I've got a sample. I think I could forge his signature really well. Better not now. Okay, good. I've got the original. I guess the signature is kinda half decent.
The big guns don't really fit in their hand very well, so here. The smaller guns do. Okay?
Ooh, I
Yes, it needs a hat.
Hey, Rosie. Hard at work?
What do you want?
I wanted to pick up Fuller's...
No, please. So how did you manage to scare up the old fart?
Yeah, I bumped into him in the town.
You were lucky. Here, Fuller's photo paper.
Much obliged. A4 size package. Fairly heavy. Either it really is photographic paper, or it's full as dirty mags for the week. Ah, nice. 50 sheets of top quality photo paper.
Use the small guns, okay?
The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance of the lens from the paper seems fine for the picture to be projected properly.
Cedric, you need to have, use the small guns, okay? Okay, get the small guns. Here.
The paper's ready. Now it's just the film that's missing. I have to put that in the top, then I can expose the paper. The film is in the container. The film is in the container. That would be the stop bath. The paper's ready. Now it's just the film that's missing.
Yeah, what am I doing here?
Good. Now the developer's oxidizing. It gives off electrons, which are then picked up by the silver ions in the light-sensitive layer of the film. The more light that falls on a location, the stronger the reaction, and so the place then turns darker. In short, the film is now being developed. Okay, I guess the film has to be developed now. So, that ought to do it. I'll pour out the developer. Now the fixer's gotta go in to stop the film from keeping on developing. Oh well, that's the end of the fixer. But what was left ought to have stopped the development process. I hope everything's worked. So far, so good. The film's developed. That's the first step. Now I have to make the prints. Let's see. I need photo paper and an enlarger. That's over there. Then I need developer. There's still enough in the bottle. film has been put in. Then let's have a go. The longer I leave the lamp on, the more contrast the picture gets. Let's try it. Okay, I think that's enough time. Here we go. I have to take the sheet out as soon as it has the correct brightness. Too early, it stays too light. Too late, it'll get too dark. The picture's got too much contrast and is too dark. I need to expose the paper less, and the next time pull the paper out of the developer earlier. The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance of the lens from the paper seems fine for the picture to be projected properly. Okay then, let's try again. I have to measure the exposure time exactly. Too short and there won't be enough contrast. Too long will give me too much. Okay, I think that's enough time. Out as soon as it has the correct brightness. Too early, it stays too light. Too late, it'll get too dark. The contrast is good and the brightness is right too. But the picture itself is garbage. I can't do much about that. Maybe some of the other pictures are better. Well, at least the exposure and development times seem to be right. I'll try it again. The sheet is lying in the frame. The distance of the lens from the paper seems fine for the picture to be projected properly. Okay then, let's try again. I have to measure the exposure time exactly. Too short and there won't be enough contrast. Okay, I think that's enough time. Is good, but the picture's too light. Next time I need to leave the paper lying a bit longer in the developer. The sheet is lying in the frame. Okay then. Okay, I think that's enough.
That would be a great time to stuff, but it's a good breaking point for me. I'm going crazy with the baby clothes and I need a break. So if you'd consider taking a break right now, I'd really appreciate it.
Here we go.
I'm sorry I can't keep projects on your schedule, but you have to think about my schedule too.
Any trouble with Legos?
Yes, I've really got it now. Brightness and contrast are correct. If Fuller only had any idea about photography, then maybe even the picture would be good too. Maybe the next one. This could well take some time. 36 pictures and not one of them actually any good. How can a guy take a beautiful woman like Angelina and then photograph her so badly? But I can't do much about that. The pics have been snapped and I gotta take them to her at the hotel. At least I get to see her again. And it's also not my fault that the pictures are bad. What the? Mrs. Biba?
Need shoes, socks.
Can I help you, Mrs. Biba?
Oh. What are you doing here? I thought you quit.
Yes. Yes, I have. I'm just picking up my stuff.
Oh, right. Is Fuller there?
No, not at the moment.
Then, can you give him this? Give it to him personally. As soon as he gets back, I gotta go.
I feel sorry for her. There's something not right going on here. Could it help me get one over on Fuller? Huh. But I can't put Mrs. Biba in danger. She gives the impression she can't take much more. If I could secretly open the envelope, then I could look at what's inside and put the envelope in the mailbox later. That would keep Mrs. Biba out of trouble. But how can I open the envelope and close it again without Fuller noticing? The steam could undo the glue. Let's try. It's steaming. The steam's loosening the glue. Got it. The paper hasn't torn and the glue still sticks. I can reseal the letter. But first, I want to see what's inside. Holy, that's gotta be $1,500. There's some kind of blackmailing going on here. Mrs. Biba hates Fuller, and she didn't want her husband to see that I gave her a letter from him this morning. It would seem he knows nothing about it. But what's it about? Sex? Oh, surely not with Fuller. Something to do with the diner, or from Biba's past? I'd love to send Fuller off to jail for blackmail. But first I gotta find out what he's blackmailing this survivor with. But tomorrow's another day. I'll put the letter in Fuller's mailbox and get myself ready for my date with Angelina.